Hello, guys. It looks like I'm live. Let me just jump into my secondary device here. Hi, replay watchers. It looks like you're who's hanging out with me right now. I do appreciate that. And any reading, every reading is a chance for a replay watcher to hear something they need to hear. So I do thank you. I thank you for hanging out and tuning in and sharing the video. That does help me out because you guys know so many more people than I do. And that allows spirit to draw more people in and watch my page and maybe get a message for themselves. So thank you. I'm still doing the technicals. This is my least favorite part, but it must be done. And my phone acts like it doesn't know what I want to type. Who else has that? Ugh, can't stand it. Okay. Oh, that's what I didn't do. Hold on. Just one more little thing. Hi, Samantha. Yes. Hello. Good to see you, darling. Hi, Mary on YouTube. Good to see you. I'm just doing a few more technicals real quick. So just a moment. Hi, Carol. Hey, Linda Green on YouTube. I see you there, honey. Hi, Lily Paw. Hi, friend. So I am doing guaranteed readings today. So free and pay for guaranteed readings. If you wanted a guaranteed reading on this broadcast, it's scrolling right here on the ticker. I'm just got one option: 5-card spread, $15. It's a new spread that I created. I really like it, and it gives you. I'll jump into it real quick. However, I just want to make sure that I am putting myself everywhere that I need to be. Hey, Jody. Yes, girl, we are live right now. So glad to see you here. So give me just a minute. I think that's almost it. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Lynn, for tuning in there on YouTube. Appreciate it. Well, hello. That's a serious name. Good to see you tuning in with all those sugar cookies on YouTube. All right, so on this live video, I am going to be doing free and pay for guaranteed readings. Free is drawn by spirit. Pay if you want a guaranteed message. I'm only doing a 5-card spread here. I do want to say this is an 18 and over broadcast because I cuss and I vape, and sometimes we talk about sensitive things. So 18 and over only, please. If you wanted a guaranteed option on this live video, $15, please send to my Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal at Spirit Speaks, the number 2 me. Spirit Speaks to me. The links are in your description box. And then put donated all in caps into the chat feed wherever you're tuning in, and make sure I write your name down. So I will say, oh, I've got you on the list, and I'll put your name down. And once I reach a certain amount, I'm probably going to close it off because I don't intend to be on here for too long today. Yes, Carol, I've been praying for your daughter, and I'm glad to see you here. And we are continuing to pray for her recovery. So thank you for tuning in and letting us know. Really, Jody, thank you for letting us know, Carol. I do appreciate that, honey. We are lifting her up in prayer from the surgery. Jody, I almost put my hat on because I was like, can I not touch it? Can I just leave it alone? Can I just leave it alone and not touch it? I don't know. We will see how this goes. If I fiddle with it too much, I'll go grab my hat and I'll put that sucker on. It's my pet peeve, not yours. Good to see you guys. Hi, Anastasia. I already have my list started. Carol King, you will be first. You will be first on the guaranteed list. I did receive your donation, so thank you for that. My 5-card spread is first card is current energy. Second card is what is the foundation that you're standing on based on, where you're at right now. Like, what's the foundation of it? The third card is going to be a recent area of focus. The fourth card is what you project ahead, like what you see ahead. But the fifth card is going to be what you may not see coming, okay, or what you don't know is going to be coming. So some insight from where you stand, how you got here, and what's ahead there for this 5-card spread. Thank you. You guys are too sweet. I love you. You are too sweet. Thank you. I do want to let you know that I'm a regular, real person, just like anybody else. This is my job. This is what I do. I don't have another job. So when you do send in the donations in exchange for your reading, that really does help me out. It is that time of the month and the bills are due. So thank you guys so much for your donations. Thank you for the stars. Thank you for booking a session. Ooh. Ordering a tarot video, whatever this is. It all does help me out. I want to let you know that we are in the month of May now. Happy May. April was horrendous. If I say so myself, I don't know about you guys, but I will say so myself. However, May is a new month and new energies, and it's actually the month of Mother's Day. So I wanted to encourage all of my folks to mother themselves and pamper themselves and do what's right for them this month, because you are the person who is caring for you, and it's important. And I am doing my part by having a discount. I have discounted my sessions back to my previous price, and my 30-minute private sessions are marked down to $65 now, and my 1-hour private sessions are marked down to $125. So if you're somebody who wants to connect with me in a private way, I offer 30-minute and 1-hour private sessions via Zoom or telephone call, or even in person in my local office. However, my Zoom and telephone call sessions come with a digital video recorded copy of the session, and you get to keep that and watch it again and again, share it with friends, whatever you want to do. But I am here for you. I won't reach out to you. Scammers do that kind of bullshit. Anyone who reaches out to you and wants you to send them money for something is suspicious. You should be drawn to your reader, me or anyone else, and there are valid avenues to connecting with that reader. Like on this broadcast, if you want a guaranteed message, send $15, but donate it all into the comments, and you will get a message on this video from me personally. I'll shuffle, I'll deal, all the things. Here we are. However, anything outside of that is suspicious. You guys should be drawn to your reader. You should witness what they do. You should be the one who is making that first move. Okay, so protect yourself by reporting and blocking any suspicious activity. I think that's probably what I want to say. And thank you for sharing me out. Even if you can't send a dime or a dollar, you know what I mean? Like, thank you for sharing the video, for tapping the hearts, just for watching me. This tells Facebook that I am doing a good job, and it shows me to more folks who might want a reading or hear a message. So thank you for sharing the video. I'm a regular person like you guys, and you know more people than I do. Mary, I've got you on the list. Thank you. This is not the list. This is the list. Wow. Samantha, sending so much love to you. The 12th of May was the day that I became a medium. Like, boom. In church one day, I was not always a medium. I was not always a psychic. And believe that, I remember the exact day. It was on the 12th of May. And kaboom, I heard the voice of my past loved one. She shook my shoulders, pleading with me to deliver messages to our living relatives. And I did. Like, I had no idea, but I recognized her voice, man. I knew it was my relative. And so anyway, the 12th of May, that's a special day, sweetheart. Samantha, I know that's a tough day for you, and I'm going to add you to my prayer list. I'm going to be lifting you up as well, because grief is never easy. And you please know that she is so present with you on that day, and even other days, honey. It doesn't have to be a special day, but you better believe if it's special to you, if it matters to you, if it means something to you, they are very present with you during that time. So watch for those signs, the feathers, the dimes, her name being said somewhere, the chills, the tingles, the things that you just can't put your finger on, but you just know it. Trust that, girl. You have it. Samantha, I'm adding you to my prayer list. And I'm so sorry for your loss. All right. So this is an 18 and over broadcast. I hope you have your favorite beverage handy. Let's get started. Carol, you're first. Thank you for your donation, Carol. I will be doing free readings as drawn by spirit in between. So if you have a certain request, go ahead and drop that in. I don't mind. I'm doing a 5-card spread for $15 for guaranteed, or free as drawn by spirit. So if you have a certain request, drop it in. I don't mind if you request multiple times, but if you want a guaranteed on this one, it's $15, and I'm doing one spread for everyone. Just one spread for $15. Oh, Carol. Okay. And I'm using the Tattoo Tarot today, guys, for these readings. Lily, I appreciate your donation, hon. Okay, so Carol, your current energy you have here is Major Arcana card number 2, the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is about your intuition and your inner knowing, receiving those downloads and those that information, the knowingness of how things are unfolding. Okay, I really do feel how. Okay, Carol. So having the intuition and knowing kind of how things may turn out can be burdensome. Okay, and spirit says just because you know, or you think you know how it will turn out, it's not on your shoulders, and it's not your burden to bear or carry. It's not like you created or caused these problems. Okay, this is something that you are sensing into. Okay, so that's what spirit wants you to say, wants you to know right now, Carol, is as far as your current energy is that just because you sense into the depth of what is going on doesn't mean that you're supposed to change it, or it's a burden of your responsibility somehow. You're just very intuitive. So you're sensing into the probable timelines of the future, or even the now moment, like what's going on somewhere else locationally. You might even be having some seriously vivid dreams that are speaking to you in a real way. So I do feel how you may just know things and you're not sure how you know, or if it's even true, Carol. I see you're saying relationship. That's what I feel, almost like an inner knowing of what your partner is going through, even when you're not together. Okay, something like this. However, I just want to say, just because you sense into these things doesn't mean it's your responsibility to change them. Oh, wow. Carol says, you won't believe what happened. And I was on point on what happened and how it happened. I believe it. The High Priestess says it all, honey. This is a major arcana card. So that book in her lap is like the book of life. You know what I mean? And she reads it effortlessly. It's almost like you can just scan and go, oh gosh, I know exactly how this is going to unfold. All right. And that is what is going on at this time. So the foundation for this 9 of Wands is about your healthy boundaries. It's about protecting yourself and what is precious to you in a very real way, maybe even stepping forward as a leader to advocate for whomever needs to flow in the same direction and cut away others who don't need to. So also this 9 of Wands is kind of about being guarded, okay, and scanning the horizon for anything that potentially could be a threat, if you will. Okay, you know what I'm talking about here. You know what I'm talking about. We're on the same page, Carol. Okay, so this 9 of Wands is about your boundaries and your willingness to assert that. Your willingness to stand up and go, wait a minute, I don't like this. This is not right, or this is what I see, and I need to stand up and say this because I shouldn't have to carry this. Wow, this stuff that's come to light, and the fact that you're kind of carrying it, okay, but bringing it to the surface and the forefront so that change will occur. All right. So right here you have the recent area of your focus, another major arcana card. This is the Tower. Okay. Recent area of focus. This is about stuff going down, man. You see this tower is being struck by lightning. There's a crown that is being, it's falling off. Okay. So whatever this king and queen, whatever, it's been knocked right off. That crown's been knocked off. Okay. I see that very clearly now. And the lightning is something that is outside of your control, beyond your hands. This kind of thing, it was something you've witnessed or you've experienced the shockwave of. Okay. But now you're focusing on, okay, well, where do we go from here? How do we rebuild from here? How do we put things together in the proper way from here? But I do feel how there's still an aspect of recuperation necessary, reevaluation necessary. Well, after what she did, I can just see this happening. Yes, yes, yes. I feel like that is most definitely something that can occur. Okay, so I'm very glad that we're on the same page here. Yes, Lily, I see you there, hun. I'm very glad we're on the same page here. Carol. And hi, Cindy. Glad to see you jumping in. Hi, Joanne. I see everyone tuning in here. Good to see my friends. So, Carol, what you see ahead here is the King of Wands, and I have chills. All right. So, this is a fiery individual who's fired up and steps in and whips his wand around and makes stuff happen. So, that is what you envision or what you see ahead of you is someone being assertive, you or your partner, whatever, to really whip that wand. And take some corrective action to make things happen. I see the fire here, like this is pushing, right? This is really a fire under the butt. You know, this is what you project and what you see, and it may not be completely accurate. Good. I'm glad, Carol. So, what you see, what you project, what you see ahead is this King of Wands, someone stepping in boldly and just doing the damn thing. Okay. However, what you don't know is this Eight of Coins here. It may be more of a slow moving, slow growing process. Okay, so it's not even close. It's not even close to Mr. I'm going to take assertive action. As you can see, this light bulb is being illuminated, and then there's like some steps in between this hammer hitting this anvil or whatever in the heck that is, right? There's some processes and it's work and it's investment and it takes time to watch this unfold and come to pass in the ways that are necessary. However, I can feel how this still could be at play. All of these take action. Okay, so just recognizing the timeline might be a little bit more sticky than you would anticipate it would be. Okay, because I do feel how something has been cut down. All right, and there is no rebuilding. So these actions, this action oriented individual here, you or others need to be reminded that you get to choose with every choice how you want to create your life and design the life that you are living. And it takes brave choices and the supporting actions to follow through with those, to see those changes come to pass. And the Eight of Pentacles is truly about your hard work being rewarded, that the fruits of your labor coming back to you in a real tangible way, Carol. So although it may take a touch of time, or it already has, we know it already kind of has, okay, a little bit more time is not going to stall the process, stunt anything. In fact, this is lasting tangible results in your hand because of all of the energies that have been invested here. Carol, that's what I have for you. Oh, yes. And make sure that you continue to advocate, speak up, and vocalize these things. Okay. And it's not because you're mean or you're trying to ruin anything. It's because what's true is true, what's right is right. And that's the black and the white of this situation. You're welcome, Carol. Sending you all the love, girl. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Thank you for tuning in with me. My name is Heidi. I am a spiritual practitioner in California, and I'm just reading some cards today. I'd only have one guaranteed option. That's the 5-card spread you just saw, and it's $15. Otherwise, I'm doing free readings. It's drawn by spirit, and I have a little bit of a list. So, Mary, you're going to be the next spread. Lily, I'm going to get you a card on relationship from my own real life oracle deck. I'll show that to you, Lily. I'm doing well, Allie, on YouTube. No worries. Thanks for showing up. I'm not too far in, and I'm actually not too sure how long I'll be on today. We'll see. So Lily Paw would like a card on relationship, Spirit. For Lily Paw, please. What does she need to hear? So, Lily, you want a card on relationship, and I understand. Now, I'm not getting anything on like love and romance, okay? What I am getting here is that you are growing on your spiritual path, and that person may not be able to swallow that kind of a pill. You know what I mean? And you may uh decide to be authentic and assert your own empowerment, and be yourself. But I feel with these two cards, guilt and shame and otherworldly, that it'll kind of be a little bit of a barrier between you and that person, that they may not take what you have to say seriously. They may not believe in the spiritual world. They may not believe in those kinds of things. So I just want to say that if there's someone who does not believe in your calling, your passion, your purpose, then that's not your someone. If you find that you begin to kind of bump elbows there in these kinds of areas, this person is spiritual. Okay. Well, that's good to know. However, I just want to give you this, Lily. If you find that you're bumping the edges somehow and limiting yourself, or not being quite as authentic, feeling like you're not supported or you can't share, or whatever this may be, it's then that would be a lesson for you to speak up, be empowered, or recognize that maybe your efforts aren't really as effective there as you would intend for them to be. So this guilt and shame and otherworldly, I would say if this person is spiritual, then you may have some kind of blocks in this area around being in a partnership or a relationship. Maybe this is within you, Lily. Some kind of guilt or shame, if you will, around, I don't know, the nature, the connection, the relationship that you have. Maybe there's an age difference. Maybe there's some kind of thing. If this person, I would just say pay attention, because I feel there are lessons there around being authentic and not dimming your light or changing yourself or changing your story because the room doesn't like what it is that you're saying. Okay. So making sure maybe you two are that power couple. Family is not, who can stand on those 2 feet and say, no, we support one another. That's great. But no guilt or shame. We've got to let those things go. You don't have to be who everyone else thought you would be. And in fact, I don't know, honey. I almost feel a touch like maybe someone's not quite divorced yet, with this guilt, shame, otherworldly. I'll just say that because, you can't really marry someone who's married. So I would say cleanse the energy, release any cord size or attachment to you or that person. And potentially, if they've ever been married or divorced, whatever, they may want to double check and make sure they truly are actually divorced. Sometimes there's additional paperwork that needs filed and it doesn't get filed. And then you find out that you're still fucking married. So take that wherever it resonates, Lily, and good luck. Good luck. Mary, it's your turn. Let me put these cards away. Mary, I'm getting you a 5-card spread here from the Tattoo Tarot. Thank you for your donation. And thank you guys for those stars on Facebook. Do appreciate that. Yeah, Belinda, that happened to me too. Oh. Okay. So, Mary, current energy right now, you've got major arcana card number 5, the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is about your spirituality. You're here, you're on YouTube. Good. Okay, fantastic. I'm glad you're here, darling. So the Hierophant is about your spirituality, potentially higher learning, your connection to God, source, creator, higher power, higher self, angels, Jesus, Mary, whoever it is of divine nature that you connect with. This could be a card of that current energy. I'm in prayer. I'm meditating a lot. I'm really leaning on the divine. Maybe I'm accessing higher knowledge. Maybe I'm activating new patterns in my life that are of higher quality and caliber here. This could even be marriage, girl. I just want to say, you ain't trying to get jumping in marriage right now, are you? Like a simple yes or no would be great, because that could be this. I see some hopes and aspirations around this, and this is taking stuff to the next level, but it's the next level of the greatest and highest good. You know what I mean? So sometimes it is a marriage, but I don't feel necessarily like that is this time. That's why I want to just say, even if that's not the case, whatever, I would say hold off on marrying anyone right now. Marry, if that's the case, or even getting too emotionally involved with a new connection at this time, just because I feel like there could be a yearning for connection, and that is not unwarranted. However, when we have unhealed shadow wounds, this and that, no, thank God you're not getting married. Good. Just listen. Okay. So when we we're always manifesting in every moment, and when we resonate in some kind of connections in our life, be it romantic or otherwise, could be friends, whatever, they are on the same frequency and wavelength as us in a lot of different ways. That's why we're even in connection. We've come into connection with one another. So I want to say that when you meet new people, they are in a lot of ways at or about the same level of consciousness that you are, meaning if you have a lot of wounds that are unaddressed, they probably do too. If you've really been working on yourself, personal development, and a lot of healing and a lot of growth and a lot of high vibrational stuff, then a lot of times those kinds of people who are introduced to your experience are also on a similar kind of wavelength. So I just want to say here, I love your vibes, Mary. However, I feel this to be reaching for more knowledge, more education, maybe deepening your spiritual practice. Okay, because there's still some new layers to move through and new levels to unlock within yourself and your practice. I'm not even sure if you've really found the connection that you desire yet with God. I almost feel like it's still kind of a one-sided conversation. You know what I'm saying? So I feel here, Mary, how Spirit is calling you, number one, to spend that time in connection. Set aside 5, 10, 15 minutes a day and set a timer just to sit in the energy of God, whoever that is for you. Like, it can't hurt. You know what I'm saying? Even if nothing happens at all, you've been spending time with God, and know that God shows up when you ask, hey, God, I'm just going to sit here because Heidi said it would work. So can we sit together then? And just breathe and relax and close your eyes and sit with God. Imagine God just stepped right into the room and wrapped God's love around you. You can feel it, you can sense it, and you can know the presence of the divine, whoever that is for you. We don't all have the same God. So I'm talking to you on a specific level, and you can do this on your own individually. Collectively, I do believe our God is the same. I'll just say that. That's why I have no qualms about it. All the way to the very tip top, eventually, we have one source energy. That's the one. So, Mary, I feel how you are an excellent giving person. Such a kind individual that spirit wants you to continue imparting all of your wisdom and all of your knowledge to others. Okay. But you must make sure to give back to yourself. And how are you going to continue having more wisdom and more knowledge? But by learning more things of spiritual nature, or through life experiences, is what they're telling me for you, Mary. So the foundation of this, you have the Knave of Swords. Oh, this is interesting. So maybe you've been having some supernatural or spiritual experiences, some dreams. Maybe you're really starting to take this seriously. As you can see, he's got like an eye on his neck here. That represents like the intuition, as well as he has the sword. This is clarity. Newfound information, this Knave of Swords. Maybe someone tapped you and said, girl, you're a medium. When are you going to do that? And you're like, oh my gosh, am I? This is awesome. How do I start this, right? How do I start this? I want to say to you, whatever this newfound clarity, newfound information is, it's still very young. That means it has time to evolve and grow and change with your own experiences. So don't hold too tight or cling too desperately to this must be how it is forever, because there's a whole growing process here. Okay. Just because you're finding out or stepping into this newness doesn't mean you already know all there is to know about it. There's so much more yet to find. So I do feel, that spirituality aspect calling you, Mary. However, your recent area of focus has been major arcana card number 21, the world. Maybe you have to move. Okay. So the world is about expansion, going bigger. You are wise and experienced and mature. This is the last of the major arcana cards. So this says that you've been through a lot of different things. So you're very knowledgeable and aware, and you're able to politely decline different experiences that aren't even worth your grown ass time. Okay, that's what the world is about. So maybe you're thinking about moving, going bigger, expanding in some kind of way, but you're not sure how. That's funny. This is so different. This is the earthly realm, but this is spirituality, girl. I feel like maybe you're reaching in all these different ways to try to fill this hole inside of you. If I buy more stuff, if I help more people, if I do more things, if I have this or that, but there's still something that's missing, something that's not quite there. And that is something inside of you. It's not going to be found outside of yourself. You're not going to be able to fill that void. The void is you settling down into your body, deciding to just sit with yourself. And Spirit is saying, Mary, appreciate yourself for carrying you through life in all of the wonderful ways that you have. You and your body. Sometimes we separate ourselves from our body and we be like, fuck this old ass body. It gives me pain and problems. I don't even like it anymore, And when we do that, then the body goes, really? Well, I'll give you more pain and more problems. Fuck you too. Okay. So Spirit is saying, Mary, it's time to say, hey, body, you're hurting. I know, you poor thing. I know what you've been through. Let me make you feel better. Let me help you. Let me rub your back, put some ice, heating pads. Who knows what you need? Maybe a warm bubble bath, whatever this is for you, honey. But Spirit is saying it's time that you support yourself in a very deep way and have compassion for yourself in the deepest way that you would have compassion for others. Okay. Because it's easy to forgive others and sweep all their stuff under the rug, or, look the other way. However, you could hold every darn thing against yourself, and no one is holding it against you but you. And Spirit is saying it's time to love yourself. Love yourself, Mary. What you see ahead, Ace of Cups. Honey, this is about a new emotional fulfillment. And I can see the way that this reading is moving in here. So this is about yet another thing outside of you to change the way that you feel, to make you feel a little bit better about living life or moving through today. Okay. And sometimes those are games we get linked up on, or, different things that just take up our time. And Spirit is saying that it must be in alignment with you, because no more band-aids on these bullet wounds. It's about time to get back to yourself in a real way, to choose you and to allow yourself to really enjoy life. Spirit wants you to get down to the basics, Mary, like recognizing what you like to eat and what you don't like to eat, and then tailoring meal plans accordingly. Like sometimes we get lost in the crowd of our life and we don't even know what we want anymore. And Spirit is saying, Mary, 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 you're not going to find what you want by trying all these other things outside of you. Sit with yourself and find out who you are and listen in every moment and lean into what's right and stay away from, for God's sake, what's not right. And it's okay and it's not wrong to say, no, I don't want to be involved in that. I don't even want to go. I don't feel good, whatever. It's not mean. It's not wrong. No is a complete sentence. You don't have to be involved. However, sometimes we find ourselves in these patterns where it's expected, and that's how it is. And I never say no. Even if you never say no, you're allowed to say no now. Even if it was okay yesterday, you're allowed to change your fucking mind today. So, Mary, what you see ahead, some new emotional fulfillment, the next thing that might, boost your mood or raise your vibe or help you through this time period for whatever, okay? Sometimes that's shopping. And then and we get all these things and go, oh, I feel so much better. And then we go, oh no, that bill has hit my account. And now maybe I don't feel so good about all these things anymore, right? These different ways that we can cope. I'm speaking to more than just Mary here. I know I've got several here. So what you don't see coming, this is what you see. Oh, I'm going to feel good. But what you don't see, I'm going to feel like crap afterwards. I'm really not going to be quite as happy with whatever it is if it's not actually addressing the root of the heart of the issue. That's right, Mary says. I have stopped believing, but I'm back to living right now. Thank you, God. Live for you, Mary. You are important enough to do that for. You are important enough to create a healthy and delicious meal for. Believe me, I understand when we find ourselves either in life or on our spiritual journey, whatever, spending a lot of time alone, it's easy to skip meals. It's easy to say, oh, I don't need, I'll just pop something in the microwave or grab a burger or fuck it, nothing at all. I'm just me. It's no big deal. I can suffer through this. I can make it through this. No big deal. But your body goes, what about me? Right? Because our bodies are like cars, man. And your car, if you don't put gas in it, it's going to give you problems. And if you don't consistently do that, then you're going to have engine issues and you're going to have other things that are going to require even further care with your vehicle. It's the same with your body, man. We have regular maintenance that we have to keep these babies going. So, Mary, Spirit is saying that not all of these things are outside of you. It's time to sit with yourself and decide what's worth your time, what's not worth your time. Spirit is calling you to meditate, girl. Set a timer so that you're not staring at that clock, because that's not meditation. If you're watching the clock to see if it's over yet, and just relax into the peaceful energies of Spirit. Call in the angels if you have them by name, and if you don't, it does not matter. They show up. Whoever is exactly the right divine spirit guide to show up for you will show up. And even if it seems like nothing is happening, you're attuning to the energy of sensing that. It's not like, well, I've decided I'm going to sit and meditate with a spirit guide. Where are you at? Where are you? It's not like that. You've got to say, hey guys, I'm going to try to sit with you. And if nothing happens, nothing happens, but I'm going to give the time. And I'll just relax and see what happens. And then you take note of anything, chills, tingles, lights, sounds, buzzing, tones, because a lot of times it's just a simple little something that doesn't even seem like anything at all, but it's an attunement to your psychic senses so that you may begin to perceive with clarity. Let's see you. Mary, that was for you, darling, and a few others, I think. I don't know. I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, YouTube. Let's see you. Allison. I'm trying to say, don't, Allie Clark on YouTube. You donated. Thank you, sweetie. I do appreciate the donation. I am, I'm a regular real person, just like anybody else, you guys. I don't have another job. This is what I do. So thank you for the donation in exchange for the reading. It does help me out. It's that first of the month again. You know what I mean? The bills are due. So thank you for letting me do these readings. I am going to be doing free readings as drawn in between as well. Double Trouble's in the house. Hi, Paul and Luke. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. You are so awesome. If you guys haven't seen Paul and Luke, you should totally check them out. The way that they work with spirit is phenomenal. I'm a fan. I love to watch them. and I've got a collection of their art and everything else. Thank you, Allie. Thank you, Mary. All right. So Allie Clark. Allie, I'm with you, girl, on YouTube. Facebookers, you can't see her. She's on YouTube, but I see her. So Allie, Spirit knows who you are. Wow. Allie, are you falling in love with one of your friends? No. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you for that, because this is quite interesting. So, your current energy, okay. Maybe you're just getting out of a relationship then. Your current energy, you love all your friends. Yes, I can imagine that. I can imagine that. Okay, so maybe you're coming out of a relationship. Regardless, let's just do this. Okay, current energy right now, you got Three of Cups, girl. Three of Cups is about those friendships, those peer supportive networks. I'm glad you love all of your friends. Okay, that's great. That's fantastic energy to have. Spirit wants me to say that you are the kind of friend that you want to have, and that is so wonderful. So perfect. Hi, Lisa. Lisa Reed on YouTube. I haven't seen you in forever. So good to see you. Oh, you're in a wonderful relationship. Well, that's great. Okay. All right. So then let's get here. I do appreciate the feedback, Allie. She's found her twin flame. I love that, girl. So all right. Maybe you're, this is very interesting, sweetie. I'm glad that you found your twin. You're on this like beautiful healing journey. You're so pure and supportive. I wonder if you're supposed to mentor others, doll. Like, I really feel how just the work that you have done with your friends, with yourself. Okay. It starts with yourself, Allie, obviously. So you've really done a lot of personal development, spiritual growth, spiritual development, that kind of thing within yourself. And you have these beautiful connections and relationships. You are a healthy and supportive individual in a lot of people's lives, and it's beautiful. I love that you have your twin flame. I feel like all of this, I hope you've journaled some of these things. I feel like you absolutely have a message for others who are on a similar path or journey, or have that yearning to either find the twin flame, or how do I move through these challenges with my twin flame. But like, I feel like you are somehow ahead of others in a lot of different ways. So Allie, mentorship, put that in your back pocket. She says, people do seem to value my friendship, help, and advice. Yes. And I do see how this may end up being even on a grander scale. Okay. So, anyway, Three of Cups, love that. You're an excellent person, excellent friends. People feel supported by you. That's great. There's not a competition here. That's fantastic. Now, the foundation to this is this Eight of Wands here. So the Eight of Wands is a lot. So you have a very big group and a very big crowd, maybe. Okay. This can also be people jumping on board very quickly, things happening very quickly, people who just love one another. That's great. You just have some really good folks who take direction quite easily. I'll say this also. Sometimes when we are that leader or mentor individual, it's easy for us to guide others and to see it objectively. I can see how this is like this for you, Allie. I journal all of this. Yes, she says, good. I feel like you're creating a manual of sorts, darling. So some kind of like a class, a program, a course, a workshop, a manual of, prompts and healings and techniques, like all of this and more is in your spiritual toolbox. I got chills right now. Spirit is bringing me this to you for the future, because you are more advanced on your path than many of the collective at this time. So that is something that they're telling me you have an aptitude for mentorship and teaching. So this is something that, may be in your life path blueprint. if you choose to follow that calling. I'll say, is there ever a choice when it's a calling? Who knows? It's up to you, girl, regardless. See the the arrows in this. I can see how you, as long as you can step in with a good head on your shoulders. They're telling me things now, Allie. Listen, as long as you can step in with a good head on your shoulders and a calm demeanor, you're able to really move people around and get them on board to move in the right direction. Okay, come on, guys, we're not being productive. How come the chores aren't done? Or how come the crew's not moving at work, or whatever this is, at work or at home, Allie? You have the ability to do this in all places. So I feel like you can step in and just see the right things that need to be done, and you say this and you sway people and you kind of motivate them to come on, we're all part of a team, let's do this, let's do this. So that's beautiful. Recent area of your focus, major arcana card number 6, the Lovers. So that's why I'm like, what's going on? This could be arrows of love. This is friendship. This is partnership. So I'm like, dang, Allie, what's going on? Luckily, it's all just beautiful areas of your life. This is fantastic. And it all adds to the quality of vibrational frequency that you are emitting, darling. And that manifests your future and your tomorrow. Allie says, wow, I didn't see that in myself. Well, Spirit sees it in you. Okay. You're able to. There you go. I was in senior roles when I worked, but I'm now retired. Ooh, you better jump on this. I am loving this for you. So, what do you see ahead here? Major Arcana card number 21, the World. This is about the next level of your life, the next step of your life. You have maturity, wisdom, experience, and the World is about deciding where you want to go from here. So now that you are retired, this is interesting. Spirit is really bringing through being able to coach other people through the kinds of things that you have worked through, and you are healthier now as a result. Allie. So beautiful, beautiful. This is something like this is needed in the collective, and you are someone who can give your perspective of it, your part of it. So take it where it resonates. I do also want to say it doesn't have to be like all or nothing. Wow. I'm in the process of publishing books I've written. Wow. I was just going to say there are other crafts, other projects, other things that are beckoning to be put out into the world that you have at your fingertips that are moving through you in some sort of way and fashion. All of this is beautiful. All of this is part of your divine plan. So continue to allow yourself to be in the flow of those things. Okay, and they're even saying, like, pencil in your time so that you can segment this off. And I'm writing right now, and this is my 2 hour or 4 hour whatever, just to get disciplined about making sure that you have that set aside. And then potentially, that wonderful amazing partner you have, you can be like, honey, I'm at work. That's what I'm talking about here for you, Allie. So having those boundaries, but allowing yourself to grow and expand. I love this. Also, darling, what you don't know is coming. Now, this is the Nine of Swords. Now, the Nine of Swords can indicate nightmares, okay, trouble dreaming, that kind of thing, fears, doubts, sleepless nights, anxieties, and depression. Nine of Swords. Okay, so this could all indicate that your dream time may be ramping up here in the future. And if it becomes too much for you, you can always ask your spirit team. She says, my spirit guides are helping me with that. Yes, they are. And they love that. And I'm glad that you are so on point and on top of all this. So they are also saying you can let them know if your dreams are too much, if they're not helpful, if you need that toned down somehow, because this could be the potential of expanded or too much dream activity that is preventing you from getting your rest or feeling like you've rested. So they're saying also, if you have many crystals in or near your bed or sleep space, to put them away further in other rooms so that they're not messing with the energetic patterns and creating some of this in your dream time, because your rest is important. And also, if you need a nap, you need a nap, girl. What's the big deal about this? Okay. Spirit is saying it is what it is. Your body needs care, just like we were speaking about the vehicle. Okay. Sometimes that vehicle needs to park for a while and just rest. And that is what it is. It will recharge. Okay, Allie. Also, this Nine of Swords is about feeling your emotions. Feeling your feelings. Yes, I keep crystals under my pillow. As long as it's not affecting your dream time adversely, then I wouldn't worry about it, because sometimes we use those to create and enhance our dream time. I do, I have. However, if you notice your dreams have taken a turn, you may want to remove those from the bed space. Sometimes we forget. So look, what you see ahead is you expanding and growing out into the world in a lot of beautiful ways, right? But what you may not see, what you may not realize is coming, is that sometimes there are challenging emotions that bubble up when we decide to stretch and grow and do other things, step into it. When we step outside of our comfort zone, sometimes there's an aspect of apprehension, of nervousness, this kind of thing. There's a fear for embarrassment, whatever else. I also want to say to you, hun, they are saying to you, your spirit guides, that some of the material that you're writing, some of that material may create an emotional charge within you, and it's important that you release it. Okay, even if you're the one who is, making yourself cry or upset or whatever by your writings, like it's coming through you, it's creating this charge, and then you're like, oh my gosh, put this away, I'm writing this book, right? And then you have this like holding back well of tears or whatever. Spirit is saying, just cry. or be upset and angry. Don't stuff these things that happen to come through you as you're composing the material that you're creating, okay? Because that's a part of your process, and you don't want to create any bottlenecks or blocks of the flow, all right? And if it's creating that kind of a charge within you, then hey, thank you, God. It's going to connect in an emotional way with whomever it is intended to receive that. Allie says, I do intend to channel emotions in my writing. Wow, you do intend to channel emotions in your writing. Spirit says it is going to happen. Your intentions have been heard, and all you have to do is step into the process, but be ready to feel it. That's the thing. If you're intending, it's going to happen. I don't know this, Allie. I don't know you from anyone else, but Spirit shows up and we say these words and they matter to you. It all lands because our spirit team and our divine emissaries all look out for us, and they show up for us every time, no matter what. So you intend to channel emotions in your writing. It's going to happen. It is happening. They're saying, don't stifle the flow. Don't block it. Don't hold it back. Allow it to move you, and it will move them. You have so much beauty to draw from, but you also have pain to draw from. And all facets are necessary to paint the pictures of life. And it's beautiful. They said you're very brave. Beautiful message, Allie. Thank you for letting me read for you, darling. I'm very excited about the books. I'm very excited about that mentorship. You better put that in your back pocket. Okay. Thank you, because I sometimes doubt my abilities. Wow. Well, that could definitely be this doubt. See how it's piercing the eye? That's the third eye. There is no doubt. That's when you go back and read those journals, read the stuff that you've written down that proves it to you yet again. I couldn't make all these things up, all these experiences collectively. They all add up and they overshadow your doubt, Allie. All right, so let's do some quick cards, man. Let's do some quick cards. Who's with me? You're welcome, darling. Amanda stopped doing schoolwork so she could watch me. Girl, you better not get in trouble playing hooky with me. I got to get my kids' ass to stay on their school. I don't want to be the culprit. I don't want to be the cause. But I do appreciate you tuning in. My name is Heidi, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm in California in America. And I'm a regular, real person just like anybody else. But I'm aligned with love and light and God. And the big guns upstairs shows up for us every time, no matter what. Thank you, Spirit. Suzanne Colby Lombardo. Suzanne, you've got shower water here, which tells me that it's time to cleanse your energy, okay? Because you're probably a sensitive and or empathic individual, okay? So you can probably like feel things rather deeply, especially especially things that are more challenging in nature. It might linger with you a bit more. It might land with you a bit deeper. It's like one of those things like, how come you can't let this go? Suzanne, what's wrong? Why can't you let this go? Other people may ask you this. You'll go, "Ah, I can't help it. I just feel so much for those people, or I feel for the scenario." She says, yes, I am. Thank you, Suzanne. Spirit shows up for you, just like Spirit shows up for everyone else. Thank you, God. So, Suzanne, when we find ourselves in these periods of time where we might feel frazzled, unfocused, like irritable, triggered easily, that kind of thing, not quite our best selves. When you take your regular bath or shower, as we all seem to do, right? When you take your regular bath or shower, just ask Spirit to cleanse your energetic field of anything that's not serving you, and let it go right down the drain with those bubbles and everything else. Okay. And then ask Spirit, hey, fill me with divine love and light while we're at it. Okay. And make this a regular process. And these just sound like words, honey. But when you do this and Spirit does the big stuff behind the scenes to actually cleanse that energy away from you and instill your own authentic frequency and fill you with the highest vibrational love and light frequency, okay, you will feel more composed. You will feel more together, more yourself. And you will definitely make it a practice to ask this again each and every time. Amanda, I'm glad you're not playing hooky too much. That's good. Carolyn, you are too sweet. I appreciate you, love. And let's see here. I do see the questions. I do see the questions on YouTube. Nitty, I don't know how to say it. Needy on YouTube. Sarvaya, you had a question about career? You did not miss me, Catherine Jean O'Donnell. I am live right now. Okay, on YouTube. Needy on YouTube had a question about career. Drop in your request. You're here. You're here. Good. Yeah, I seen your question. Let's see you. Spirit, what do we have for Needy? I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, darling, but Spirit knows who you are. And your card fell on the floor. Hold on. Wow. All right. So listen, this may not be what you want to hear, okay? But past your nose is the card for you. Okay. You say question about career. This indicates that the future is obscured from you at this time, Needy. You are having, you're in a period of time right now where you may not be able to see or even think or plan past your nose. Okay. That is the point, and that is the lesson. Trusting in the divine plan of the universe, casting that net and letting it land, reaching higher. Also, because I feel like sometimes this future is obscured because you're not quite pointed in the right directions, right? You're not quite, you haven't illuminated the actual steps that are going to take you to that future that you desire. That's why it's obscured, and that's why it's frustrating to you. And Spirit is saying that's why your focus is being narrowed to the here and now and today, and things are arising in your face. I got this problem and now that problem, and what the heck? Everything's demanding of my time, effort, and attention, and all I want to do is try to figure out my future. Okay, Needy. Spirit says that what you do in this moment matters. Even if you're upset at being pulled away here, there, this problem, that problem, this person, whatever else, Spirit says that you understandably do have obligations, priorities, and a vision and a goal for yourself. However, what you do in these times, like, that's why you're able to focus there. That's why it's being, let's see. Yes, deep inside, I know I don't belong in the current job, but I'm not able to get out of it. Okay, so listen, let's talk about this for a minute, because the future is obscured from you and you are irked in your present moment. I can feel how it's not right and it's dissonant, but Spirit did say to cast that bigger net, to think higher, to think bigger. Right now, you've not yet even looked in those directions that might be more suitable for you. And it's probably because what's going on with it's you're not necessarily in direct alignment with the job position that you're in. So you're spending quantifiable amounts of time in that position at that job place, right? And that dims your light, that dims the quality or your vibrational frequency. And therefore, with the law of attraction, that manifests to you more experiences that are of that dimmed nature. So Spirit is saying to go to work and get paid for your job just like anybody else, not doing no extra stuff to be nice, no skipping your breaks or working through this or that, none of those things. And look around and say, I'm here to pay to do a job just like that person and that person and that person. And when we're done, we clock out and we go home and we leave that anything else at the job. Okay, so segmenting this out and focusing on the present moment. Yes, I want to get out from it and focus on my studies, but I'm not getting that atmosphere and support from the universe. So Spirit is saying that you've got to do what you got to do to pay your bills. However, recognizing that the job doesn't necessarily have a hold on you in a negative way unless you allow it to sink in more deeply as such. Okay, so recognizing I get paid to go to a job that may not be quite resonant with what I want to do. However, it's a means to an end, and it pays my bills. So I'm going to continue to be responsible because I feel good about myself when I'm a responsible individual. So I'm going to be responsible, go to work, pay my bills, but look for something different. Look for something that's more in alignment with you, and don't do it while you're at work. While you're sitting in that energy is not the time to brainstorm about something better because you're sitting in the toxic energy that you're attempting to get rid of. So when you're home away from work and you've left everything else at work, okay, when you're home, that's when you get excited. That's when you start looking around. What's out there for me? What would I been? And if you want to focus on your studies, then get excited about that. Where are you going to study? What kind of classes do you want? How much is this going to cost? How are you realistically going to afford this? Are you going to be able to apply for this, that, the other thing? Start that ball rolling. Lean into what feels exciting and right for you. You've got to segment those things out and recognize that, to be completely honest, I want a show of hands in the audience who loves their job and gets excited when it's time to get up and go to work. Who? Anyone? Anyone at all. Sometimes we just have to go, I'm paid for a job just like my coworkers, so I'm going to show up, do the job so that I can be paid and go fucking home to my real life and create your real life there and decide how to shift some of that. You'll find clarity. Yes, no, no, no. You don't get paid when you stay over. That is robbing yourself and setting up a pattern of lack, of deficit, of my time isn't worth compensation because I just give it away for free to the job place when I work through my breaks, when I stay over and I don't put it on a timesheet. None of that. Rectify those things as well, honey. Absolutely. Allie is making some good points. We should work to live and not live to work. Absolutely. This has been a great message here for you, Needy. Thank you so much. Yes, you shouldn't do the overtime if you're not paid overtime. Yeah, you should only give the job your hours that you are supposed to be there. Take your breaks, take your lunch. No one's giving you an extra merit badge for running yourself into the ground or for giving an uneven energetic exchange. That's truly what it is, girl. Is you're setting up a pattern of lack, and I'll bet you that bleeds over into other areas of your life as well. You probably overgive to your family because you love them so much, and you overdo for others because you're a kind person and you want the acceptance, or you like to create peace, or whatever this could be. It's not a bad way of being, but when it's to your own detriment or deficit, then it can create some unhealthy patterns that could continue and create bigger problems in our lives. I'm just doing quick cards now. Hold on. Let me take this caption thing off. Hide. There we go. I'm a blabbermouth, so we're just talking. Yes. So cleanse your energies regularly, Needy, if you're able to. If you have sage or Palo Santo, smudging yourself, smudging your home will definitely give you a break from the stifling energy of your employment atmosphere. If you don't have sage, Palo Santo, or the ability to do that, maybe some selenite would definitely help you. Even this is selenite, Selenite. It comes in many shapes and sizes, and you can even get a little piece to keep it in your pocket, your purse, your brocket, whatever, to keep your energy cleansed and separate from other people so that you can feel better and not so affected by those stifling energies at work. Also, Archangel Michael is available to us all. And if you just call in your heart of hearts and say, hey, Archangel Michael, like, can you cleanse my energy? Maybe bring in some strength and protection for me right now because I got to go to work, man. And that sucks. It's hard on me because I'm sensitive. Asking Archangel Michael just in the quiet of your hearts and allowing him to step in with you will really help with that as well. What is that and how to buy it? So this is selenite. It's a crystal, and you can get it on eBay, Amazon, at your local spiritual shops. I don't sell it, but you can buy it. Selenite is what it is called. And this, you can't get it wet. Make sure you don't get it wet. However, this keeps energy cleansed and separated from others. It lightens the vibrational frequency. It keeps everything activated and pure. And if you're having trouble with lower vibe energies and even having to be in proximity with that, because the reality is, like, we can be all high vibe and love and light, but, there are still challenging circumstances that we may come into contact with. We may live with people. We may work with people. These situations can be unavoidable. So having just a small piece of selenite and keeping it in your pocket to take it with you places helps you to keep your energy all to yourself, and others to keep their energetic barriers all to themselves and not blend so much. Because what happens is we all have an aura. We think we bump into people with our bodies, and that's weird, but we have an energetic aura that goes way out past our bodies, way out past my fingertips here, all sides, above, below, around, front, back, everything. And when we go to the grocery store and we stand by people in line, our auras are blending. It's almost like energetic sex, I'll say this. So whatever they have going on is blending with whatever you have going on, and sometimes it creates dissonance, and it can cause a sensitive individual to feel like a little not quite themselves, weighed down by these kinds of things. So keeping that selenite will help keep your energy to yourself. Brenda says that it cleans your crystals too. It absolutely does. It activates and charges crystals. It cleanses tarot decks too, cuts cords. And if you put them, like, if you collect all your crystals and you're going to put them under the moonlight, like, I don't put my crystals under the moonlight because I live on 3 acres in the farm, and I can't trust that some random wild stray whatever is not going to pee on my beautiful crystals outside. So I charge my crystals with selenite, and you can too. They activate and recharge all crystals. And if you want to put them together for a little while, 24 hours, whatever you want to do, that will help all of them to cleanse, because even crystals can collect energetic debris. Interesting. Thank you. Yes, this was pretty awesome. Yes, you can absolutely wear selenite bracelet or necklace. Just make sure that you don't get it wet, because selenite will melt. And some pieces of jewelry are made with selenite, but it's quite fragile. So if you find one, take good care of it. Yeah, I'm pretty, my mom says I'm passionate, and you wouldn't even believe it. I'm going to be honest with you right now. Like, this is, my page and my channel. So I'm just here to be of service, and I'm just myself with you guys because that's what's sustainable. However, this is why I'm here. So I'm saying all the things and doing all the things, but in my real personal life, like, I'm so quiet. I'm so shy. I'm a wallflower. I'm watching. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to be the one. So, it's funny that, we're all here, and it can seem like I'm very extroverted, but I'm really not. Okay, let's see. Well, I am excited to see everyone here. I'm not live every day. No, I'm live on Thursdays, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Thank you, Paul. Sending love to you. Oh, no. Poor thing. Naomi says, my manly man made me a rock garden with 5 selenite slabs, 5 foot, 6 foot selenite, lost them all. Yes, that does hurt. You poor thing, being outside in the weather. Oh man, that's so challenging. All right, let's see. I'm going to do a few more quick cards here, guys. I do appreciate you. Tammy Rhodes. Let's get Tammy a quick card. Oh, Tammy. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'll tell you honestly, you will not find me in old family photos or videos. I have all see I can't even speak now. I'm getting shy. I've always been real camera shy. However, like when I had my spiritual awakening and I became a medium in an instant, I started to use it and learn how to do it and everything. And then spirit was like, well, you're going to be on camera, and be online. And I was like, oh my God, no, no, I want to be on camera. I don't want to be that person up on the camera on the stage, And my spirit team made me. I'll just say that. They made me, they groomed me, they pushed me and would not stop until here I am, because truly it's not about me. It's about you guys. It's about spirit showing up for all of us. It's about the past loved ones that come through. It's about the healing that is found. It's about all of us having better lives because we can talk about what really goes on and how to move through challenging stuff. I find many light workers who, don't want to touch the darkness. Well, then it's just going to sit there and what, fester? We need to speak about things so that we know how to get through them, so that we can see there is another way, so that we don't have to do these things alone. All right, let's see who I'm with. I called out a name. Let me find you. Tammy Rhodes. That's who I'm with. Tammy Rhodes. The card that you have from my own oracle deck is Fury. So I make my cards from places where I've been. And yes, I've been this mad before. So I want to say to you that this is not something that happens overnight, although something could set you off. Okay. However, this usually is somebody who is kind, a peacekeeper, a fixer. Tammy, this is what I feel about you, darling. And thank you, Belinda, for tagging her. So she can catch it on the replay if she's not right here. However, this is about, getting your feelings hurt or not having quite a word to speak up, not having a leg to stand on, not feeling like you're heard or seen. I can feel the frustration in just little tiny things, little tiny slights, little tiny this or that. And you go, oh, I'm not going to say anything because it's no big deal. I'll get over it. Oh, I'm not going to say anything because, I don't want to fight. I just don't want to cause anything. I'll get over it. And you hold it all in, and then it adds with that other thing that you're going to get over. And then it adds with something else that is no big deal, and then it adds with another thing that's not such a big problem. And all of that collectively becomes something. Okay. And it rolls around, and then something happens. And all that stuff comes out. You know what? I hate everything. This, that, the other thing. And I was mad about this the other day and 3 weeks ago and 6 months back and blah, blah, blah. And all those things that I said that I was going to get over can be triggered out of you. And it doesn't even have to be against the person who did it to you, right? Sometimes a random bystander or the easiest target gets that emotional vomit when we are just too upset to hold it in any longer. So, Tammy Rhodes, what I want to say to you is that your feelings are very valid. And sometimes we just don't get over those things. And it's rather harsh to just expect that you will. And Spirit is calling you to recognize the validity of your feelings, even the most challenging ones. And if you cannot speak up to smooth those things over or rectify those situations, it is advised that you at least write these things out and burn the paper, shred the paper. You don't want to leave it around because we don't want anyone else knowing about these private feelings. So Tammy, Spirit is saying to get these things out, scream, shout, see a therapist, counselor, whatever, or do nothing at all. And then this will happen. okay? Because the feelings are in there and they're going to come out. So you as the person with your awareness and your kind heart gets to decide if you want to pencil in some time for you to move through your anger or move through your fears or your discouragement or your hurts, right? These kinds of things. So Spirit is saying it's up to you to pencil in that time so that you can really process, release, and let them go. That way, these kinds of experiences aren't triggered out of you. I have to say, though, honey, there is an aspect of correction that is necessary in some of these day-to-day instances that are still occurring. Those instances aren't so easy to write out and let go when they happen again tomorrow. So Spirit is saying that's when we've got to be calm, composed, think about what we want to say, and come with a confidence here. You know what? I'm very upset about this, that, or the other thing, and we need to talk about it. As opposed to, I'm not that upset, I'm not going to say anything, and then later, kaboom, here's our argument. Tammy, that's what I have for you. It's a choice. All right, let's see here. Who do I have now? Shaniza wants a quick card. Hello, Angel Heart on YouTube. Glad to see you. Shaniza, it's been a minute, girl. How are you? Oh. Shaniza. Shaniza, I asked how you were, but this is your card. An uncomfortable corner. Okay, so you're welcome, Tammy. Shaniza, this card indicates that in some area of your life, at work or at home, or in some area of your life, you may be feeling a little pinched in, okay? Tucked in, pulled in, like you may not have the tools necessary to create resolution or change. So instead, you're withdrawing from that uncomfortable scenario or situation because maybe it's out of your hands. Maybe it's not up to you to change something here. However, I just want to say that in these situations where we pull in and we might even freeze, okay, because something's really uncomfortable. I don't know how to deal with this. I'm not sure what to do. So I'm going to kind of pretend like nothing is happening or it's not a big deal. So when this happens, I need to say that you're receiving kind of nudges already about this uncomfortable thing. And that speaks volumes, okay, because eventually it will become intolerable. Our circumstances will push in so greatly that we end up moving, jumping in a new direction, standing up and shouting, saying something totally different that shake this all up because it's no longer tolerable. So now this is what I'm talking about. Pay attention, Shaniza, to any areas of your life that feel like you don't really have a say so. You can't create resolution. You don't have a fair, what is this? Like you don't have your equal footing in the relationship. Spirit is saying that those are the areas where it's time to stand up and stretch. If you don't want to jump and move away from here, then stand up and stretch no matter how uncomfortable it may be. Okay? It's time to begin living life right now. They're really bringing me something here, Shaniza, about standing up and owning the space in which you're at, even if there's problems, even if I don't like the way that things are, or I would love for things to be different. I'm actually moving in a different direction and I'm trying to create a better life for myself. I can envision it. I'm just not quite there yet. Spirit is saying that that is keeping that at bay. It's time to get real about this is my life. This is my life. And the reality is some of these problems are real problems. And when we can look at our problems with no denial, we will see them with clarity and find better ways to address them that don't feel so out of our hands. Now, I don't say you have all kinds of problems. That's not what I'm saying at all, girl. But I do feel how, whatever this is, it's going to be kind of in your heart. You'll know like, oh, yeah, I need to speak up or I need to cut that off, some kind of thing. It's a growing opportunity for you and others. And by continuing to clam up and freeze up, it's just stalling that potential for growth. It's stalling it from happening. It's going to happen. It's just pushing it out a little further. How long can you hold on? How long can you hold on, right? You shouldn't have to. Speak now. That's how I feel. Okay. Hello. Yes, I'm absolutely live. So glad to see everyone. Thank you for tuning in with me. I think I'm going to do a group pick a card and message. We'll get it right here from my own Oracle deck. You pick your card and message. 1, 2, and 3. One, 2, or 3. Pick your card and message. Woo. Live or on replay. So if you were drawn to pick card number 1, the card is superiority complex. So sometimes in life, we may find ourselves pigeonholed into some certain scenario where it seems like our options or even our choices are beyond our own control and out of our hands. Maybe there is an expectation hanging over our heads that we're supposed to be a certain way, supposed to do this, supposed to choose that. And therefore, we function within the parameters of those who are dictating to us. Now, sometimes these are our parents, spouses, bosses, siblings, maybe even our children. Okay. I want to say here that other people may adopt some kind of a superiority complex because it's their safety net. They can remain comfortable when they know that everything is nice and neat and tidy and controlled, and they can steer you in all the directions that are very safe and realistic and logical. And if you don't jump on board or step in line, then that could create friction, right? There could be some backlash. There could be some repercussions. Maybe you just feel like you don't want to show your face. You're ashamed because you didn't follow along with whatever they told you that you should do about something. Now, what I want to say is those other people may or may not have your best intentions at heart. They may or may not come from a place of love, but we all have free will in this dimension, and they get to make all of their own choices and live with those. And you get to make all of your own and live with those. No one's knowledge supersedes anyone else's to be able to dictate their life path and make them feel so small that they must live within those confines or restrictions. Now, if you don't find that you're this poor little person down here who's being told what to do or else, you might accidentally be one of these people. Through your kind and loving intentions, maybe you're steering people away from their life path blueprint in which their soul desires to experience some kind of thing. And you might know better, but the divine plan is at hand, and it's not always within your control. Number 1. Oh, snaps. Wow. All right. You ready for number 2? If you were drawn to pick card number 2, your card is tumultuous. Tumultuous indicates that a person may be charismatic and charming and whimsical and walk to the beat of their own drum and go this way and that way and really draw you in like, wow, this is new. This is interesting. This is so enthusiastic, whatever. However, you may not necessarily know that there are a whole other can of worms that come with this experience, with this individual, with this tumultuous. Now, sometimes this could be you. I'll just say this right now. Not really having a clear handle on your feelings and your emotions, not really holding yourself accountable to the responsibilities that you have in your life. That creates more problems. So pushing your responsibilities aside because you'd rather have fun or you'd rather goof off, or because maybe you don't have the means right now, so you're just like turning the other way, the problem will still remain. Being an adult, there's an accountability factor to your life that is necessary. Now, this is not you creating havoc. It could be someone else. It could be someone you love. It could be someone that you're not letting go of for whatever reason. Okay. But sometimes we reevaluate these kinds of relationships. And a lot of times these very challenging relationships can be learning experiences. How can I be brave enough to be myself with this person? Sometimes it's beautiful, and other times you get wrapped up in a whole bunch of shit that you might rather not be involved in. If this were to never change, if you put this into perspective, this is that, a pattern in a person that you might love or within yourself, a pattern that you have to address in some kind of way. Spirit says if this is in someone and you're receiving red flags, warning signs, this is hard, this is crazy, I don't know about this. Like, imagine this never changes. Like, we can work so hard to change a pattern that's unchangeable. Sometimes that pattern is how people are. And recognizing if they never ever change, does this weigh out? Does the good balance with the challenge? And if it never changes, would I stay? Do I want 5 more years like this? Do I want 10 years, 1 year, 1 month, 1 day? Number two, ask questions for yourself. Whew. And number three, let's get there. The card that you have is survival mode. Now, survival mode indicates that you may have previously been somewhere in life, some status, some certain lifestyle. Maybe you had a whole empire that you built for yourself, whatever. And now you've kind of been knocked down a peg. This could have been yesterday or 20 years ago. We all have a time in our experience where maybe things were better. Maybe I was better. I had more money. I had things all figured out, whatever. Spirit says you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now on purpose. And it's so you can build the life that you want to be living from now forward by deciding what you'll be involved in and buckling down on what are priorities to you. So maybe this is a financially tight period for you, potentially. Or maybe your time is of the essence right now, and Spirit is calling you to buckle down in those areas and only funnel what you need where it needs to go. That is how you shape your life. That is how you decide what's important and what's going to be lasting. So right now you get to build. That's the beauty of survival mode. You haven't lost anything. You're starting over with experience, and you get to create whatever you want that's in alignment with who you are now. All that old stuff is not in alignment with who you are right now. Your energy's different. So listen to your soul as it beckons to you how to move through your day, your life, and your experience. You're crafting new patterns for yourself right now. And it's a beautiful thing. So stay away from things that you want to stay away from. You don't need a good excuse. I just don't want to. Bottom line, I'm building my life, and that's not a part of it. Amen. Number three. I love that. That is what I have for us today. You guys are super awesome. Thank you for hanging out with me on this lovely mid-afternoon, midweek thing. My name is Heidi, and if you wanted to connect with me on a deeper level, my links are in your description box. Until the next one, I send you all so much love and so many blessings. You're welcome. Bye, friends.